Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. Thank you for joining me here again. I'm Moritz here from MVRugby. Yeah. What a clash. Definitely one for the history books. The Clash of the Titans was basically concluded with the ultimate meeting of superpowers that the rugby world can absolutely muster. It was definitely one for the entertainment books. Honestly, it was drama. There was intrigue. There was action. There was just absolute brute force. Tactical play, up and overs, chip and chases, drop goals. Although it failed by Cheslin Colby. But yet, kudos to him for giving it a shot. I mean, just direction there was a bit off, but yeah, he was under pressure by two All Black players. I think that was pretty well done for taking a kick and drop goal under pressure. But yeah, it was just absolute action, balls to the wall action from start to finish. It was absolutely the game of the century that we could have asked for. They honestly have concluded this 2-round trip to South Africa in absolute style. Well done to the All Blacks. Even though unsuccessful in beating the Springboks on home turf, you guys performed absolutely admirably well. Some fantastic plays by all of you guys. Wallace Titi, fantastic game by him. Also, Audie Surveyor, we had some fantastic play by Cody Taylor. A few yellow cards as well, going, flying all over. I mean, it was just wow. The ref really had his hands full. Although I didn't, there was a couple of calls that I didn't quite agree with. The yellow card against Leroux. I don't believe that it was completely unrealistic for him to catch that ball. He went for the interception. He obviously tried to stop the ball with one hand, bringing it back to himself. It bounced off. I think the force of the pass was probably a bit misjudged. He put out his hand to try and grab it, bring it back to him. The ball bounced forward off his hand. Rev then went for a deliberate knock-on. Completely. I don't think that's fair. For the yellow card. Yes, it was a knock-on. Deliberate? No, absolutely not. His intention was clearly to try and go for the interception, and it is not beyond the realms of possibility to actually expect that he could have realistically caught that ball. If the ball didn't, forcefully bounce away from his hand, I think he probably would have caught it, and then try and gone through for the try. That's anybody's aim or intention when you go for an interception, really. Was it realistically, preventing a try? I don't think so. The Springboks' defenses was absolutely on point. At no point could the All Blacks actually gain any kind of territory through their lines. They came close a few times, and that's also resulted in Kobus Wiese getting a yellow card by tackling the player without the ball. Even though the player did, come into, restricted him from actually trying to make a tackle on Cody Taylor. But he, the guy obviously didn't do it deliberately. There was no deliberate moving in front of him. Lomax, however, yeah, you couldn't have really, mistaken that one. Deliberately moving into Cheslin Colby as he passed him. There's no way you could excuse that one, really. He obviously tried to do it for, hoping the ref wouldn't see it. But yeah, it was kind of, badly hidden away there, Lomax. It was clearly deliberate. You could see it. It's just, there's no two ways about it. 2 tries scored for the completion of the game, or the entirety of the game. One by Kolisi and then one by Malcolm Marx. Kolisi scoring that try obviously with I believe a broken nose and a fractured or a hairline fracture in his cheekbone. I didn't think I would see him on the pitch for Saturday, but there he was. His name was on the lineup sheet, as I said, and he played. Kudos to him. The Springboks really is marred by injuries, though. So he stepped up. He took up the ball. He took up the position of captain, and he performed admirably in that game. Honestly, there's also obviously, not really obviously, but the news has just come through that Kolisi has once again signed for the Sharks. There was kind of a talks that it might not come through, but they finally made it happen, and they've re-signed him back to the Sharks. I think a great deal due to the terrible bad mouthing he got from the attacking coach on the Racing 92 side. Unprofessional by a coaching member. Look, everybody has their opinions, but Kolisi has proven time and time again that he's an asset to any team that he plays in, whether it be from the Western Province to the Stormers to the Sharks to Racing 92 to the Springboks. Every team that he's ever played in, he has made significant contributions. And for a coach to mislabel a player like that, calling him transparent and fat, I think it's more, still feeling spite and smarting maybe from the loss they took at the hands of the Springboks in the World Cup. And he just basically, decided to take it out in an absolute puerile form. So, yeah, Racing 92, I think you guys should take a really hard look at who your coaching staff is. But yeah, again, coming back to the game, wow. Andre Pollard, hitting the first penalty goal for the Springboks. Mackenzie's kicks was absolutely on form. I think he only missed 2, which would translate to about a 70% kick success rate for him. It was only penalty goals for the All Blacks on Saturday's game. Andre Pollard kicking 1 conversion, kicking 1 penalty goal, and then 2 tries by Kolisi and Malcolm Marx each. So yeah, definitely one of the biggest games in the season, and absolutely finishing off this tour in absolute style. Thank you very much to the All Blacks for being absolute fantastic opponents and sportsmen. You guys performed well. You gave the Springboks 1-4. Didn't make it easy at all. I mean, this entire game was a constant fight for domination in either ball and field possession. Honestly, I think we can give a massive round of applause to the All Blacks. They came, they performed admirably. Unfortunately, didn't win, and I'm pretty sure they would have liked to. But yeah, the Springboks were the better team at the end of the day, and looking forward to in about 2 weeks' time now facing the Argentinians. I think in Mobela Stadium. Kolisi again thanking the fans, absolutely beaming with pride for his entire team, winning, even making comment to winning the second round on the home ground where he based most of his career in rugby for the Stormers in the Western Province. So yeah, I think this game is going to be talked about for quite a long time to come still, and definitely going to go down in the memory and the history books as one of the epic clashes between the two absolute superpowers of world rugby. Argentina versus Australia. Argentina coming in at a loss for last week's game, and not last week, the week before that, and last week walking away with a 67-27 victory over Australia. If you've ever thought of an upset, oh wow, didn't see this coming. I don't think anybody saw this coming, least of all the Australians. Possession in the last 10 minutes was 95% on the Argentinian side, only 5% on the Australian side. Percentage of leading in the game was very close, 45 to 40%, or 46 to 40%. On the Argentinian side. It was just absolutely wow. Try fest, penalty goals, conversions all round. Dominating in the first half was obviously Australia. They came off the starting blocks absolutely strong. It was Albornoz, that scored the first penalty goal of the game. Then it was Donaldson, penalty goal. Tizano, try. Donaldson conversion. Donaldson penalty goal. Callaway, try. Donaldson conversion. In the 29th minute, and then from the 30th minute, the Argentinians just kind of took over and said, "Hang on, okay." To here and no further. They started Carreras try, Albornoz converting, Montoya try, Albornoz converting, Gonzalez try, Albornoz converting, Matera try, Albornoz converting, Albornoz penalty goal, Oviedo try, Albornoz conversion. It was just, I mean, I think the second half was just, just an absolute stampede. Then McDermott managed to get a try in with Leinach scoring a conversion, and then again Argentina just running all over the Australians from there on. Malia try, not converted. Malia another try. Albornoz converts. Ovidio scoring his second try. Carreras converts. Sinti tries after a yellow card awarded to Callaway, and then Carreras convert, and that brought in the 81st minute, just after the end siren basically going, Sinti scoring an absolute fantastic try, with Carreras converting, bringing the final score to 67-27. The Australians definitely going to have to go back to the drawing board for this one. Argentinians, well done. You guys absolutely were playing magnificently. Strong comeback in this game, and I'm thinking we're going to see a lot more fantastic games from the Argentinians in this series before it's over. Springboks, take note. You guys are facing these boys next. I think the biggest mistake you could ever make is underestimating these boys. They've got a lot to fight for and almost nothing to lose. They're coming into the series as probably the underdogs, as everybody still considers Australia one of the top three in the Southern Hemisphere. Between South Africa, New Zealand, and Australia and Argentina, I think everybody still considers Australia, New Zealand, and South Africa as the top 3 for the Southern Hemisphere. And Argentina has just made an emphatic statement that do not count us out. And I think that must send an absolute warning to a lot of the teams in the world. These boys have got something to prove, and they're going to do it. Right, for Saturday's game, the Pumas versus the Cheetahs, this time on the Pumas' home ground in Mbombela. And the Cheetahs definitely made a strong comeback in the series here. The Pumas opening up with 2 penalty goals, both by Swart. Kasende then scoring the first try, conversion by Wenzel. Then it was Nell's try, again conversion by Wenzel. And then Swart then coming into for another penalty goal at half time. As the sort of 8 minutes into the second half, Fisanti basically scored his first try of the game. That was followed up by Hatzenberg scoring a try for the Cheetahs. Wenzel then converting. Kasende then scoring his second try for the game. Converted by Lawrence. Davis scoring his first try. Then Van der Merwe, and then Lawrence converting that one again. Bringing the final score 41-14 to the Cheetahs. Really coming back strong in the series. I hope they kind of continue that trajectory, because they have been falling off the bandwagon a bit now in the last couple of weekends. So maybe they over the yips a bit. Minutes in the lead, 60 minutes for the Cheetahs, 18 minutes to the Pumas. 74% of the game in the lead for the Cheetahs. Possession of the last 10 minutes was kind of 50-50. The Cheetahs and Pumas both had equal amount of possession of the ball during that time. Points for the last 10 minutes was 15 to the Cheetahs. Unfortunately, their 50% possession in that last 10 minutes did not amount to any points for the Pumas. It just, unfortunately, the Pumas did dominate in their tackles, but wasn't enough to kind of make any kind of leeway or lasting impact. Sort of converting that over into points, really. Strong try by the Pumas. Again, played very well, but just not to be, unfortunately, for them. The Blue Bulls versus the Sharks on Sunday. And the Sharks definitely shone on their home ground. 24-18 victory over the Bulls. Bulls, unfortunately, like the Cheetahs, falling off the bus a bit in the last couple of games. And I don't know, are they going to recover from this? I don't know. We'll have to see. They made a spectacular loss against the Lions last weekend, or the weekend before, and then now for this weekend, Sharks really coming on strong to them, keeping the pressure up, and the Bulls just kind of folded from there. They did score 2 tries for the match. But the rest was mostly penalty goals. No conversions on the Bulls' side. Would you think that they are feeling the absence of Kane Moody? Possibly. But, I mean, one player, like I've said many times, doesn't make the team. They've got several good players. They've got Nizam Kar. They've got... they have lost Ulrich Lowe. They have lost... Grobelaar, they have lost Kane Moody, which is some of quite a few of the key players to the Springboks. But I mean, the Sharks has got Kolisi in the Springboks. They've got Lucanio Am in the Springboks. Bongi Mbanambi. Is that really a good excuse? I don't know. Kane Moody is a good player. Ulrich Lowe is a good player. Really shone in this weekend's game, by the way. Ulrich Lowe made an absolute fantastic impact as soon as he hit the field in the second half. Also, Kanan Moody really stamping down his mark hard on the game. Sasha Feinberg Komazulu, fantastic play. Again, by this young kid. Did miss one, I think, penalty goal, or no, conversion. It was quite of a, a skew conversion. I've seen a lot of more seasoned players actually missing those kind of right, extreme angle, conversion kicks. I think it was Malcolm Marks that kind of hit the try sort of right next to the goal sort of flag, the touchline flag on the goal post on the left hand side, and then Sasha Feinberg Komazulu left to try and make the conversion from there. Didn't hit it, but we can't really blame him for that. He is going to get better over time. I believe it. This kid's got he's still got a lot of rough edges to kind of file off. But he has come in strong, and he's actually played fantastically well since he actually put on the first game he put on that green and gold jersey. So fantastically well done for him. And then coming back to the Bulls and Sharks game, Van der Merwe and Papier basically scoring the only 2 tries for the Bulls. Richardson and Hendricks are scoring the only 2 tries for the Sharks. The rest was basically just penalty goals. One conversion by Van der Walt just after Papier's try. And no conversions on one conversion by Masuku on the Sharks side just after the try of Richardson. And still fantastic play by both teams. Just Sharks was the better team. Unfortunately, that's just the way it is. The table standings so far now for the Currie Cup is Golden Lions at first spot with 10 matches played, 9 wins, 1 loss. The Bulls played 10 games, 7 wins, 2 losses, 1 draw. The Sharks in the third spot with 10 points again, 6 wins, 3 losses, 1 draw. The Cheetahs coming in at matches played, not points, matches played. The Cheetahs coming in with 10 matches played, 5 wins, 4 losses and 1 draw. Griquas at number 5, beating the Western Province in another upset of the season. Honestly, the Western Province have been performing rather poorly in this Currie Cup season. Not which one have been expected. So I don't know. Are we going to see any improvement still in the season further down the line? Will it make a difference? I think it still remains to be seen. But the Western Province are really going to have to jack up their game. They honestly are going to have to jack up their game if they're going to want to make any type of further impact on the log and the standings here. The Griquas 10 matches played, 4 wins, 6 losses, and then 0 draws. The Pumas with 4 wins, 5 losses, and 1 draw. The Western Province with 3 wins, 7 losses, and 0 draws. And then the Griffins just occupying their regular spot in the log, right at the bottom of the log, with 10 matches played and 10 losses suffered. Total point standing: Golden Lions 43, the Blue Bulls 38, Sharks only coming in at 35, Cheetahs at 30, the Griquas at 24, the Pumas at 24, equalizing there. The Western Province with only 20, and then the Griffins with 3 points. Both, all three basically from bonus points. Scored. One bonus point was because of taking a loss within 7 points of the win. So yeah, it's definitely made for interesting viewing for this entire Currie Cup matchup. But yeah, now on we march to the next round in the Castle Lager incoming series. So like I already said, South Africa will be facing the Argentinians at Mbombela Stadium, and we are yet to see the lineups for that match. I'm pretty sure Rassie will have another little trick up his sleeve, as he always has. Remember, Rassie's in your head always. Playing the mind games. I don't think I've ever seen a better rugby kind of general. If it was in military terms, Rassie is the master tactician of a 4-star general. So yeah, always in your head, always waiting for some surprise to hit the rugby pitch, and we'll be looking forward to the next one. As much as I'm saying that we should not ever underestimate the Argentinians never underestimate the Bokke, and absolutely never underestimate Rassie Erasmus. This man has proven himself to be a formidable coach, an absolute fantastic leader, one that can inspire the players to great things. And yeah, so remember, guys, join me again this weekend. There'll be more further talks about the Currie Cup, and lineups coming soon again, talking about some more of the talent going in there, and we'll have to see what happens. But join me again, guys. Keep the beers on ice as per usual. Take care of yourselves, and peace out.